this is Ian, and welcome to another video. Today we're doing the next couple of chapters, chapters 11 and 12 for Clockwork Chronicles Defender. We'll see how much time we have. I have an even amount of chapters, so I've just been doing this, and it's fine. It's fine. Whether or not I purposely do cliffhangers, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you guys just enjoy it, and if you haven't read the other things, like there is a playlist in the description if you do want to check it out. But honestly, if you just want to enjoy it and just want to listen to it in the background, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to. These videos are typically longer. They're meant for just chilling, relaxing, and like you need something to do in the background while you're just doing something else. That's typically what these are for. Well, my patterns videos are typically shorter. I don't know. I don't really care if these don't get enough views. This is just something I wanted to do. People have recognized me for it, but yeah, I don't expect the hermits to know about it. I know Stappy knows about the Clockwork Chronicles universe at least one point in time, but anybody else didn't matter. Doesn't matter. Of course, I'm always open to talking about it if anyone wanted to. So, yeah. Let's go on to the next chapter, chapter 11. Liam follows Scar out of Gem's base, his eyes scanning the surrounding trees just beyond the wall that protected them. At least, it'll be a little harder for Campbell's men to simply charge in. Of course, Liam knew that the men could easily throw ender pearls over the wall. Still, the men wouldn't necessarily know what they'd find on the other side. He could hear the rustle of leaves and the song of birds resting in the canopies of the trees. The hermit and boy near the tower under construction. Liam looking up as he heard Scar's name being called. Grian lunged himself off from the roof, gliding down to meet them. His dark eyes were bright, wide with joy as he grinned. "Scar, you're awake!" "Never been better," Scar groaned. Grian landed beside the hermit. "I see you've been keeping yourself busy. They basically had to drag him over here," Liam pointed out. Scar laughed. "Can you blame me? I nearly lost 2 of my friends in the last 2 days, Grian said with a weak smile. Beat-ups and Pearl arrived at the base of the tower, running toward them. "Scar, it's good to see you up," Beat-up said enthusiastically. "How are you feeling?" "Oh, good, I'm fine." Scar shrugged with amusement. "I hear you guys came up with a plan to stop Campbell." "Start of a plan," Green hesitated, glancing over toward the wall warily. "We're preparing for Campbell to strike eventually." Scar nodded, rolling his shoulders back. "When will that be?" "We don't know," Liam pointed out. "Could be hours, days, or even weeks. Just depends on when he feels ready to attack." "Oh, he'll have some problems if he tries," Pearl said matter-of-factly. "He's not capturing or hurting anyone on our watch." "Don't you think?" "Why, hello there." Well, looks like some people are going live. Definitely not Ren. So Ren's already live, so yeah. "Don't you think we should be getting inside so we can talk strategy now that Scar's awake?" Josh offered hopefully. "I could get the girls." "I'll get Impulse," Beat-Up exclaimed, bolting for Gem's base. "Meet you downstairs in a bit." "I'll be there," Scar called back, rolling his wheelchair backward for a moment, turning toward the base. Liam saw Beat-Ups disappear into the base. Josh disappeared around the corner of the base, saying the base a lot, as the group headed toward Gem's base. Liam walked into the main room a few moments later, taking a seat in one of the chairs, waiting for his friends to gather around. Pearl pulled the blinds closed from the large window, looking out. A faded glow of afternoon sun bleeding through, along with the torches flickering around in the room. "So, how has everyone been doing?" Scar asked cheerfully, looking at each of his friends in turn. Sitting beside Grian, who sat on the couch, his back facing the window. I hope I didn't miss much. Not really, Liam admitted with a chuckle. Julius found his mother, Pearl replied. Did he? Scar's green eyes widened. Where was she? Not far from the safe house where Skids was. She shook her head slowly. Before he was captured and infected with that redstone virus. Liam caught Grian shuddering as the hermit looked down at his feet. Scar gave Pearl a nod. He cleared his throat. Then it went well? Well enough, if you don't count it being a trap, Grian muttered aloud. Campbell guessed Julius was trying to look for her and might lure one of his newfound friends there. We did manage to capture Kyle, though, Pearl pointed out, nodding to Grian. He was one of the 2 men who tried to kidnap Grian. He killed my previous protector. Grian closed his eyes, his voice almost a whisper. He arcaded. He's behind bars, and Rose will make sure it stays that way. Pearl sat down beside the hermit on his left. Campbell won't get away with a second jailbreak. But how many more assassins are out there waiting for orders? Grian asked helplessly. Waiting to make their move. If they try to go after us, we'll just round them up and throw them back in prison. Scar smiled reassuringly to his friend, putting his hand on Green's shoulder. Campbell won't win. Green nodded his head, letting out a solemn sigh. What is he waiting for? If he's so determined to make us suffer, why is he waiting? He'd want to strike when we least expect it, when we're most vulnerable, Pearl said calmly. Not when we're preparing for an attack. We don't even know how he makes his move. Grian sighed in frustration. How Gerald was able to slip into the base to go after Scar. He may have mentioned something about holes, Scar admitted. Ways around what a dock established. If there was no one inside to see him invisible, then no one would be alerted that he was there, Pearl said thoughtfully. Right. There was just the 3 of us, Scar nodded, lifting his chin. We didn't expect an attack so quickly. I think it's safe to throw Mr. A's old tactics out. Liam shook his head. Campbell's got his own plan. Quick retaliation secures power and fear. I'm not afraid of him, Scar said firmly, his eyes blazing with confidence. Oh boy. Liam got a small smile forming on Grian's face. Before anyone could say more, they heard footsteps coming down the stairs. Liam looked up in time to see Beat-Up's front reaching the bottom of the stairwell with Impulse not far behind him. Anything I missed? Impulse asked, taking in the room before smiling at Scar. Wait, what's going on out here? I see you found the chariot fixed up. Thank you. Scar beamed at the YouTuber. That force field really came in handy. Good. I've made a few adjustments to it, Impulse stated, walking into the room with Beat-Ups. His attention moved over to the boy. I'm about finished with the portable detector as well, Liam. Excellent. Liam's eyes brightened. I still need to test it for bugs and glitches, the hermit admitted sheepishly. I'm close, though. Do you want help testing it? Pearl offered curiously. What's time? Impulse smiled. First, we need to come up with a plan. What will we do when Campbell makes his move? Where will we go? What if we get separated? Where is a safe place to meet? The meeting hall is pretty safe, Scar admitted. So is dock space, Pearl pointed out cheerfully. Those places are too obvious. Impulse shook his head. He'd probably expect us to run there and find a way to cut us off. No, we need a place where we won't put many of the other hermits in danger. We could ask Falls, Jem offered, appearing at the kitchen doorway, followed by Haley and Caitlin, Josh and Eliza. She's been working on a few things that might help us if we need a short-term place to hide. That's not a bad idea, Impulse replied, his eyes moving over to Liam. How do you think he might attack? Helicopters? Assassins? A group of soldiers? I don't know, Liam shook his head, seeing the images of Stewart had shown him of all the horrible things the man had done. I know a few things from what Stewart had shown me. Do tell. Scar leaned forward lightly in his wheelchair. His eyes were full of curiosity and intrigue. Liam took a deep breath, trying to gather all of his thoughts together. He could hear the agonizing screams of the victims, townspeople trapped in burning buildings, or slaughtered by the army Stuart commanded. There was always an aerial attack first, in the attempt to flush their enemy out or trap them inside their homes, workplaces, or schools. Stuart would lead his men shortly after to gather up the survivors and deal with them as needed. His gaze met Jim's as he added, "Made sure to leave no survivors." Color drained from Jim's face as she nodded. "I told you that. He didn't have to," Liam said quietly. "You showed me just how far he was willing to go to ensure no one escaped, that no one..." Whoop formed in the boy's throat as tears stung his eyes. "I'm not going to let that happen. Not if I can help it." Jim nodded, crossing the room to stand next to the boy. "I know you'll do your best. It's why your aunt let you come here. She knew you'd keep us safe." "I can't do it alone," Liam replied solemnly. "You won't be," Scar said matter-of-factly. He patted the compartment in one of his armrests. "We've got ways to defend ourselves. And others." "Campbell likely knows I'm here by now," Liam swallowed, trying to hide his smile at what the hermit had said previously. "So, he may change tactics and send some assassins after us, or just completely slaughter us outright without the fanfare." "This is a fortress," Pearl said with confidence. "It won't be easy to attack outright." "Sneaking in isn't a problem," Liam gestured to where the stairs down the secret tunnel systems were located. 2 men were able to sneak in and try to kidnap Grian. Gerald snuck in to pay a visit to Scar. Grian Winston nodded. "There's gotta be a way to figure out how they're doing it." He looked over at Impulse. "The detectors are working. The cameras can detect them and alert the protectors, right?" "They should," Impulse said slowly. "If there was some way to intercept it." A sour taste filled the boy's mouth as he swallowed. "We know it's possible. The guy that kept bothering me and my brother found a way to intercept any call, which could potentially be dangerous." "Do you know how he did it?" Impulse asked curiously. "He probably made some adjustments to one of your communicators," Liam shrugged. "When you don't have to hack into and change things." Impulse frowned, reaching into his pocket as he pulled out his communicator, looking at it for a moment. Finally, he looked up, clearing his throat. "I'll look into it." "Good," Liam nodded. "What should we do in the meantime?" "Be alert," Impulse said simply. "If you see something off, tell someone immediately, even if you don't think it's important." Hermit looked at each of his friends as he said it. "I promise to do the same." "We'll keep in touch," Scar smiled at the Hermit, giving him a thumbs up. "For now, we should get back to work. Lest Campbell gets suspicious." "Good idea," Beat-Ups agreed, getting to his feet. "Why, hello there." "We're almost done with the next tower. It's probably Squishy with my luck. Squishy's been online throughout the day, probably recording videos, which makes sense because holidays are coming, and they would probably want to get all the videos ready to go." "Call me when you need me," Impulse smiled. Excuse me, I gotta reread that. "We're almost done with the next tower, Impulse. I could use your help making it secure if you're not busy." "Call me when you need me," Impulse smiled, tapping his temple. Beat-Ups grinned, skipping toward the door. "Good luck," Pearl said happily, standing. Green reluctantly followed, looking back toward Scar. "Come on, G. I'll need your help with the roof. Jem, do you want to come?" "Of course I want to come!" Jem's green eyes flashed with his excitement as she rushed to follow the duo. "I should follow them," Liam said, quickly rising to his feet. "Be careful, Liam," Impulse warned calmly. "Make sure no one, not even yourself, is left alone. No excuses." "No excuses," Liam nodded. "I really should have insisted more," Josh sighed, shaking his head in disappointment. "Kaden and Green probably wouldn't have gotten hurt if I had been there sooner to help." "What's done is done," Eliza said. Eliza put a hand on the boy's shoulder. "We all can wish for things to turn out differently, but That's not our reality. We need to keep looking forward. Her yellow eyes moved to Scar as she added, a friend told me that once. Is Carl still here? Haley asked curiously. We could use his help if he can spare some time. I think he left it after talking to Matthias. Kate frowned, shaking her head. We should be fine, though. We got a lot of people here to help. She beamed, her dark green eyes meeting Liam. And we've got the best teacher to teach us. If you say so. Liam blushed as the girls giggled. I'll be by the tower. You are more than welcome to keep watch with me. I can even teach you some techniques my brother showed me. Yes, please. Kate jumped up and down happily, clapping her hands. We want to know everything. Liam laughed, gesturing for the three girls to follow before he hesitated, looking over to the two hermits. You think you'll be okay here? Caleb isn't far. Scar gestured toward the stairs. Liam blinked, turning to see that, sure enough, the boy was standing in the hallway between the secret bunker and the main room entrance. I'm sure Blake isn't far either. He wanted to help Julius with something, Pulse replied. He'll be back soon. We'll let you know if there's a problem, Scar said cheerfully with a smile. It's better not to have all your hermits in one tower after all. Liam laughed. No, I suppose not. That'd be far too tempting. At least the tower's blast resistant, Haley pointed out. We don't have to worry about them falling on top of us. Yeah, Grian looked up at the ceiling above him. It looks smooth and undamaged. Come on, ladies. We've got a job to do. The girls followed him outside once more. Liam spotting the four hermits already starting to work on the roof of the tower. Liam spotted Isaac on the left side of the tower, standing on the walkway of the wall, looking out into the forest beyond. Liam smiled, seeing the boy. It gave him a spark of hope that maybe they could do this, that they had a chance. Chapter 12. 2 uneventful weeks passed as Liam watched Jem, Pearl, Beat-Ups, and Grian work on the third tower. The wall starting to reach higher than the surrounding wall at this point. Leaned against the back wall of Pearl's base, looking back past the tower towards the trees. He couldn't see anything, but he knew the distance was far enough to obscure any bubbles that would reveal anyone spying on them. Liam hadn't seen anything suspicious in the last few days, especially not after the ambush the last 2 weeks. Hang on. Especially not after the ambush in the lovely world. Closed his eyes, his thoughts drifting towards his brother. What was Sam doing right now? Were Aiden and Aaron finally having a shot at the escape room Stampy had made for his friends? What about Stampy? How was the cat doing with the knowledge that Campbell was close to finding his sister? A lump formed in Liam's throat as he opened his eyes again in time to see Grian jump down from the wall of the tower he'd been working on, disappearing from view. Look, Liam, I learned a new trick, Kate's voice said with excitement, pulling the older boy from his thoughts as he turned to see Kate, leaping behind Eliza, holding a wooden sword as she lunged from behind, tackling Eliza to the ground as the girl's laughter exploded into the sky. Good job, Liam beamed at them as Kate got to her feet, helping Eliza up. The older girl brushed herself off, wearing a matching grin to the younger. She's really getting the hang of it, Eliza nodded happily. I have the best teachers. Kate lifted her chin proudly, her face glowing with pleasure. I have to be ready. We all do. Campbell's men aren't going to give any of us mercy, or chance if we're not prepared. Correct, Liam replied, pushing himself from the wall. Eliza picked up her fallen wooden sword as the boy crossed the field to meet them. How do you both feel about fighting against more than one opponent? Eliza and Kate exchanged glances. Do you think we'll have to? I like to prepare my students for any possibility, whether it happens or not, Liam pointed out with a smirk, crossing his arms over his chest. Well, can you show us? Kate's green eyes flashed with excitement. Grab me a sword, and I will. Liam nodded. Kate bolted for the nearby chest, leaning against Pearl's base as she opened it, grabbing a fresh wooden sword, charging back toward him. Here, she grinned, offering the harmless blade toward the older boy. Liam took it with a grateful smile and took a step back. So what do we do? Just charge in? Whatever you want to do, Liam replied. Try to disarm me if you can. The girls didn't hesitate as they lunged toward him. Liam raised his sword, ready to block them, swirling around whenever Kate tried to get behind him, or Liza tried to swerve around his attack. They did this for about 5 minutes before Kate stepped back, her eyes wide with amazement. How do you do that? It's about instinct, practice, and knowing your enemy, Liam said calmly. Scar said something similar was teaching us how to fire a bow. Eliza's eyes brightened. That's what we do, practice. Yeah. Fortunately for my brother, he had a good teacher, Liam chuckled. William's great at fighting, so Sam had to stay on his toes to try to keep up. What about Campbell's men? Kate asked curiously. They practice too, a voice said from behind as Liam froze for a moment before turning, seeing Julius walking toward them. Why do you think I've been on so many missions in the past? It keeps you sharp, ready. Liam nodded reluctantly. How's your mother doing? She's doing fine. Just resting, Julius said calmly, stopping a few feet from Liam. I noticed you guys were practicing, and I came to see if I could help. If that's okay with you. I mean, Liam hesitated before shrugging. I wouldn't say you could. Julius smiled softly. It's good to see you doing better, too. No, I wish I'd known sooner that hurting people never solved anything. What matters is that you did learn the truth, Liam replied. Did you? I've learned a lot, Julius nodded, looking over at the girls, especially from new friends. Kate didn't meet the older boy's eyes, but she managed a small smile. You want to be on our team? Well, you might have a chance at actually disarming Liam. Liam laughed. I'm up for the challenge. Grab a sword from the chest over there, Julius. Julius beamed, running toward the chest himself, opening it as he rummaged through the contents. Liam looked back up to the tower where his friends were building. He could just about see Isaac through one of the windows, along with Pearl's escort standing on the walkway of the wall beside the tower, scanning the area beyond, especially the sky. Liam lifted his gaze further, noticing something in the corner of his eye, just above Jem's base. Liam turned his gaze toward the object that hovered just within the clouds. It was large and gray, almost camouflaged in the cloud. The only thing that gave it away was the blue clock on the side, like a flashing neon sign. Campbell's humility, Liam noted. He swallowed, taking a nervous step back when he noticed another shadow above them. Pearl's roof. Liam? Elida asked. Liam didn't turn at the sound of her voice, till he heard her gasp, turning in time to see her eyes widening when she saw what he was looking at. Instantly she turned and ran toward the tower where the hermits were building. Guys, get inside! Get inside now! What? Kate looked over at her, surprised as Liam grabbed her by the arm, just as he heard the faint sound of its dispensers above. He glanced up and nearly tripped as he saw bright flashing blocks falling from the sky toward the roof of the two bases. Get back! Julius, get over here! Liam warned as Julius scrambled back, heading to the tower himself, as the three of them met Eliza by the door. Oh no. Julius swallowed, finally turning around as explosions erupted into the air, sending the debris flying upward. Mom! She's in the first tower, right? Liam said quickly, grabbing the boy's arm before he could run off, letting go of Kate as she slipped inside. Yeah. Julius nodded reluctantly. Inside what? Was realization. He made those blasters. She'll be okay, Liam encouraged. I don't want you running out there and putting yourself in harm's way. So you didn't like me, Julius smirked, reading the boy's eyes. Liam let go of his arm, resting his hand at his side. I'm starting to learn to trust you, Liam corrected. Julius's smile widened, but before the older boy could say anything, Liam heard Jem's voice cry out. Liam looked up just in time to see someone launch themselves into the sky, wings outstretched, gliding towards Jem's base. No! Jem cried again. Liam could see her climbing up to the roof herself. Grian didn't look back, disappearing into the explosions as he entered the base. Liam could see Jem scrambling for a rock to follow when Pearl grabbed her by the arm, pulling up beside her. Let me go. Jem struggled, pulling away from her friend. We have to go after him. It's too dangerous, Pearl warned, voice almost drowned out by the explosions that shook the earth. Not leaving him or our friends alone in there, Jem said defiantly, jumping off the wall, Pearl reaching to grab her, but missing. Come on, Julius urged, gesturing for Liam to follow him. I don't know about you, but I don't think it's a good idea to let either of those two go in alone in that sort of chaos. Liam nodded, seeing the older boy charge toward the buildings as the explosions from above started to slow. Rubble and debris continued to fall from both buildings. Liam pressed forward, grabbing his pickaxe, unsure of how many people were trapped in the building. We need to get them out. Liam felt a wave of unease, dread, imagining Scar, Impulse, Caleb, Caden, Haley, Josh, and Luke crushed under the base. Liam pushed the image away as he arrived at where the door used to be, slicing away with his pick, while Julius came in with an axe. He knew they wouldn't have much time, especially if Stuart was around. Unfortunately, I'm going to leave you on that cliffhanger. What do you know? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave any thoughts or theories in the comments below if you want. You don't have to, but yeah, it does help with the video and getting more people to see this and all that stuff, but yeah, it's your choice. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever that might be.